Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Rebella Alamin. Rahman Rahim. Maliki Yamadin. Yaka Nabuda wa Yaka Nasta'in. Adina Saratol Mustaqim. Saratol Athena. Amta Alayam. Garia Maidubi Alayam. Wale Dolim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. All praise be to our Father, most gracious, most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. Dear alone we serve, dear alone we seek for help. Guide us on the straight path, the path of those upon which thou hast bestowed thy favor, not of those upon which thy wrath come down, nor of those who go astray. All right, brothers and sisters. All right. I was in there cooking breakfast this morning, and I would listen to Brother Ben speaking on rise above emotions into the thinking of God. And I would listen to the brother. And when the subject came up about Malcolm, Allah spoke to me. Now, I'm finna tell you, I'll show you, I'll reveal to you what Allah spoke to me about. Now, we read the critical age of 40. Okay, now this concerning Malcolm and our peace be upon him, our beloved Elijah Muhammad. Now, Elijah Muhammad, let's get this straight, did not make no mistake. None. He did everything perfectly well, even his choosing of Malcolm. See, we went wrong because we didn't do exactly what Brother Ben was saying. Rise above emotion into the thinking of God. Now, based on society, they make having wives that Allah has authorized for a bad thing. Well, we must realize, brothers and sisters, in the nation, especially, these people was not followers of Elijah. These people was not even followers of God. See, so when Malcolm said what he said against Elijah, brothers and sisters, it wasn't against Elijah. Because Elijah had wives, which is authorized by God. But we, looking at how the people looking at it, made it seem like it was a bad thing, which it was authorized by God. But let's look at the thinking of God. Rise above emotions into the thinking of God. Now I'm going to read something that we read before, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to go down to the important part because we're talking about Malcolm. And did Malcolm do anything wrong against his teacher? It wasn't about Elijah Muhammad, brothers. Listen. As it turned out, Bundy was, let me get my marker. Talking about Ted Bundy. Talking about Ted Bundy. Let me find my marker. All right. Okay. As it turned out, Bundy was one of the signs God has given us to confirm that anyone who dies before 40 goes to heaven. Bundy's with an S, apostrophe S, name Theodore Robert Bundy, consists of 19 letters. And he confessed of killing 19 women just one day before his execution. There were many other signs from God. This is what thinking of God, thinking in the mind of God. Delivering this important piece of information is one of the responsibilities given to me as God's messenger of the covenant. It is not my personal opinion. It is noteworthy that both, listen, this is the important key, that both Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were assassinated just a couple of months before their 40th birthday. See, we don't know what Malcolm had did before he went to prison. Only God knows that. God did not want Malcolm to stay here past his 40th birthday. So Malcolm had to separate himself. And see, we say we live and we die for God. See, you just can't say that and don't be about that. Malcolm had to separate himself because that was God planning for Malcolm. God wanted Malcolm to leave the earth before his 40th birthday. I'm going to read it again. Delivering this important piece of information is one of the responsibilities given to me as God's, with apostrophe S, messenger of the covenant. It is not my personal opinion. It is noteworthy that both Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were assassinated just a couple of months before their 40th birthday. See, so it was in God's plan, brothers and sisters, that Malcolm leave here before his 40th birthday. See, we took it listening to these disbelievers and what these disbelievers might think that Malcolm did something wrong. He had to separate himself so he can get into God's kingdom, so he could be assassinated or leave here before his 40th birthday. See, he lived for God and he died for God, doing God work. It was no hurt towards our leader, Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad knew exactly what he was doing. And he did not make no mistake, not even picking Malcolm. Malcolm had to leave him, brothers and sisters, before his 40th birthday. All right? I love y'all. Peace be upon all our brothers who stood, lived, and died for this deen. I love y'all. Y'all have a most blessed day.